This month, the fine folks over at Geekzilla have taken a look at Knights of the Round for the Super Nintendo to see what it gets before it goes in to the Geekzilla vault. Now, what did reviewers at the time think of Knights of the Round for the SNES? Well, generally positive actually. GamePro praised its visuals and fun cooperative gameplay. They were very impressed with the flame effects and the moonlit fields, which I wasn't good enough to get to. But yeah, generally well considered, a solid fun beat 'em up that deserved a place in any SNES library. But what did the fine folks over at Geekzilla have to say about the game? Well, let's have a look. John Brazier said, "I didn't even play it, I give it a score of 50. Well, thank you, John, for taking part. Rory just said 69. No context. I'm not sure if that was a review or a request or a threat. Still, it counts. The handsome man Daniel Savage gave it 63, saying, well, nothing particularly wrong, no single part stands out. The music is fine, the graphics are fine, but compared to others in the genre, it's hard to recommend. Ian Thompson, 50. Wasn't asked when it originally released, and not much has changed on that front. Dino gave the game a 60 out of 100. He done an in-depth review, so I'll post a link to that one down below. Stuart, who echoed what John had to say, not played, so middle of the road, 50. But perhaps the most scathing review from Mr. Chris Mullins, 10 out of 100. Ironically, the only thing I liked was the theme, as this game deserves to be left in the dark ages. Wow. Absolutely cutting review there from Chris Mullins. Usually a nice guy, but clearly someone pissed on his cornflakes that day. Stephen Mulligan, never played it. Not as good as Tetris, so I'm giving it 39. Well, I mean, at least you've not been a fence sitter there. Stephen Kent has never heard of it. He was never a Nintendo fan back then, so I have no idea what the game is. Well, thanks for the comment, Steve. We couldn't have done it without you. Daryl Selby, a solid side-scrolling. Well, hold on, let me try that again. Daryl Selby, a solid side-scrolling. Oh, there's a word missing. That's why I'm struggling. So, a solid side-scrolling game that does nothing special at all. 60 out of 100. And then Darren Browning says, in the arcades, it was a decent romp with a mate. Sadly, the Nintendo version lost a lot of the original charm. The hits had no thump behind them. I agree with that. There was no weight. 70 out of 100 though. So Darren's actually given the game its highest score of 70. So what does that take our average score to? 54. Get in the fucking vault.